What's going on, folks? Good morning. Um, it's been cold over here in Hawaii. It's been so cold that I've had to, I put on socks, man, and I put on my a long shirt, uh, some long pajama pants, and in Hawaii. Because where I live, I live in a high point of the island, and it gets pretty. It gets down into the mid 50s. I remember when I was stationed here, and we'd get up for PT formation at 6:30, and it was cold as hell. It was cold. So Hawaii does get cold. Especially this time of the year. But anyway, um, I was listening to Kevin Smith's video about me. Now, uh, let me see what I'm talking about. Yeah, it's interesting to hear people rather give their opinions about you. Look, I've said this before. I somewhat feel responsible for a lot of this foolishness on this particular sector that I seem to get wrapped up in, and it all started. It started back in 2012. And some of these guys are still around. They were, black screen team. A lot of those guys that were doing boxing. And I'm going to take it back. Some of y'all don't know. Some of y'all know. Some of y'all been around. And this still to show I done seen guys, gals come and go. It was this clique called the Black Screen Team, and they all they did was boxing videos. A lot of those guys did boxing videos, and I did a video about Floyd Mayweather. And ever since I did that video, I had all these dudes come after me. Then the Trayvon Martin situation popped off, and they didn't like that. And a lot of these guys have dispersed. I don't know. There's a couple of them still in cliques. You know who I'm talking about. But there's remnants of those guys. And then there was another individual who still does videos, who I'm not going to say his name because it's over and done with, I suppose. He can feel any kind of way he wants. He started doing a barrage of videos about me. And I would go back and forth. And that's when I was going back and forth. And because it struck me as how does somebody get so goddamn mad over your opinions in the videos that you do? How does someone get that mad? Me, I know me. If I don't want to fool with you, if I don't want to hear what you got to say, I just don't listen to you. I'm not going to make a 20-minute plus video about why I don't like you. And some of y'all notice I rarely comment on my own videos. I don't want to write all that shit. I don't want to do that. But I found myself doing that back in the day. Of course, I'm very selective now. I mean, back in the day, I was making response video. That's when you had the response video feature on YouTube. But I was making videos. Somebody talk about me. I hear my name. Oh, I'm on that ass. I'm doing a video. I mean, and it got to the point where most of my channel material was response videos to Negroes talking shit. So now that I got to see what really is up about YouTube, I had to fall back. And I'm selective about my responses. Like, I'm not just going to argue with you and try to talk about your mama and your kids and where you work and how you dress and how you look. That's petty shit. That's ignorant nigger shit. That's what that is. And I don't engage in it anymore. But I can always peep individuals that are about something. That guys that I would normally, and this video may seem kind of tough talking, but it is what it is because, you know, I need to clear the air every now and then. And it's becoming a little bit more than what I anticipated. But I can spot guys that I would normally kick it with. And even though they engage in the bullshit, I can kick it with certain individuals. And as ignorant as this brother can be, Kevin Smith, I know I can hang with dude in terms of hanging out. Because I understand that this shit, a lot of people do this as they portray a persona on the internet. You know, and in some cases, I do it myself. But my opinions are what they are. If you met me in person and asked me about a Michael Brown or a Freddie Gray, that's what you're going to get in person. I don't do this shit just to get a rise, even though some people have said that. I really believe this shit. I believe that they were foolish. I really believe that. And those are the type of brothers that I try to avoid, guys like that. And if you really listen to me, like I said, you can't, see, you have a lot of flogging going on. You know, a lot of people trying to flog and they'll say shit, you know, just because someone says, well, Black Lives Matter, or they shot their boy for no reason. That equates to being black. That equates to being, oh, he down. And that's what's going on now. While at the same time, they're engaging in foolishness and minstrel behavior on the side. And I talk about a black litmus test. You know, you're a Democrat. You believe in affirmative action. You think Bill Clinton was your first black president. You know, I can go on and on. You think Trayvon Martin was totally innocent. You know, shit like that. And that somehow punches your ticket to be black. While at the same time, you got these guys over here stealing pictures and putting them on the internet and talking about guys' wives. You're having guys saying they're going to molest little girls by urinating in their mouth. You're having guys call black... And let me say this. I have my opinions about black women based off my personal experience and the experience of others. No one can ever sit here and tell me, no one can accuse me of saying, you know, all these black BITCHs and all this stuff. I hate black women. My shit is piercing. I'm not like certain individuals that call women hair hat hooligans and all that stuff. And that's their prerogative. But I don't get into the foolishness. I hit you with pinpoint examples. I talk about that. You never heard me sit here and call black women and monkeys and ugly and all this stuff, because that's bullshit. I don't believe it. I've never said black women ugly. I think black women are very beautiful women. And I'm not going to kiss their asses. I'm not going to do in defense or dedicated to black women videos like some of these other guys, and the black women the black women are not even watching their shit. But when a white or Hispanic or Asian dude says it, they're freaking co-signing. They're freaking on, stroking them off when he says that shit. Because I don't look for validation. But yeah, that's what's going on. And I've said this before, and others have echoed it. To me, cooning is a verb. My opinions about black folk, you can't call me I don't coon. My life doesn't represent coonery. I don't do that. Cooning is sitting up, picking your ass all day, smoking, joking, roasting other black people, calling them ugly and black and monkeys and all this shit, and then turning around and then allowing other people who aren't black, who engage in that, because you got non-black coons as well. And, I don't do that. I don't do that shit. So my opinions about the Trayvon Martin case, Michael Brown and Eric Garner, that's not cooning. Cooning is sitting around and being ass hurt because a woman won't let you slide in. Now you want to call her everything except a child of God and call people out of their names because this person agrees with this person, and you're mad, and now you want to do all this stupid ass shit. To me, that's cooning. You're engaging in actions that are less than. And that's what I see. But it's coincidentally these people get a pass because they believe in Black Lives Matter. They believe that so-and-so did no wrong, that we're under a system of white supremacy and all this shit. But then they turn around and call other black men monkeys and other black women, they ain't shit, they're black fat asses, and all kind of stupid shit. So they speak with forked tongues, but they get a pass. But like I said, I can tell guys that I can hang out with, and I can tell guys that I just want to slap in the face. Like, I don't want to fool with you. And the road, and my thinking, see, when you hold these beliefs that I do, you walk alone pretty much. Like I said, my circle is smaller than a dot. I don't keep a lot of Negroes around. And I found, and many of you have heard my videos about how I'm selective or why I'm selective about the black men I deal with. I found that my life is less drama. My decision making is in tune. I'm not being influenced by dumb niggers in their logic. So I like the road that I walk. See, I don't keep I'm not 19 anymore. I don't keep an entourage of niggers around me. I don't need that. In your life, this for food for thought, your life will be much better when you keep people out of your goddamn business and you don't have a freaking posse following you around. Your life will be much simpler. And the brothers that I do select or that do agree and live their life the same way, we will occasionally get together. I don't need a nigger at my house every goddamn day. I'm 37 years old. Why? I don't need to talk to guys all the time. And I noticed this about those guys that do these BTRs. They're always on the phone. And to me, a guy that's always on the phone running his goddamn soup coolers is those are feminine traits. And I noticed that about black folks. A dude that's always yapping on the phone, like, look, when my daddy calls me, when I look on my cell phone and see my dad, when I see daddy's cell, that's what comes up. I know he's got something to say. Because my dad just doesn't call. You know, we don't just sit on the phone and talk about meaningless bullshit. I know he's got something to tell me that's pressing. And I immediately stop what I'm doing to answer that call. Now, my mama would just call me just to see what, and I expect that from women. Because women are chatty. Women are gossipy. Men are not supposed to be that way. So all these guys, and I know, and the feminine energy by guys that just sit on the phone and talk about meaningless bullshit. Roasting. Who the fuck does that? Just talking about nothing. I want you to think about that. And I know a lot of naysayers are listening, and you very well may be one of those people who engage in that. That's something you have to deal with. That you like to sit on every goddamn day and jump from BTR, listening to bullshit. Meaningless internet bullshit. Well, we're going to have a real talk or talk, real talk radio or, and then you get on there because, and I'm like, well, Painless, why you on there? I know that's what some of you shines are thinking. Well, occasionally I will get on there to see what people are saying. But the shit always gets back to me. I don't really need to. But I be curious. I'm curious. And sometimes I do it for what I'm doing now. For material. To explain why it's bullshit. But these guys are in their 40s, late 30s. Oh, we're going to talk about the black community and some of the issues. And then you get on there. Oh, fuck you. He wants to stroke me up. He wants to lick my bone. But these guys have dubbed themselves as pro-blacks. These guys and girls have said people like myself are coons. But they're getting on there, men. I mean, daily, hours at a time, talking about nothing. Absolutely nothing. Meaningless, petty, incoherent, non-constructive bullshit. That's what's going on, folks. Now me, I did a video saying I'm more pro-black than a lot of you all. I am. Because I don't engage in real brothers, and I say that with full intent, real brothers and real sisters and other people who listen to my white people, Hispanic, Asian, they're not with the bullshit. You see, if I decided to if I decided to create a BTR, which I know I said I was, but I'm really not doing that, my shit would thrive because I won't allow the bullshit that goes on in BTRs that I've been on to permeate and to flow over into my shit. Because of the people that watch my videos. I have a mature audience. And I appreciate that. I appreciate it. But yeah, there's guys, I can spot fakes and bullshitters, and guys that I could hang out with. It's funny, I was listening to a certain black female YouTuber, and I found it interesting that and let me just say this, I could give a damn, but this goes to show, and it drives home my example. This particular black female YouTuber supports an individual that engages in the same debauchery that I just mentioned. And she went on record to do that. Now, I did a video maybe a couple months ago defending some actions that the Rat Pack pulled her into. Now, she had to play her role as not to give me too much praise or thanks for doing that. But yet she went out on a limb to defend this other guy who is one of the ringleaders of this cooning epidemic on YouTube. That's pretty sad. You see, a lot of people, and I know some of you are listening right now, you agree with what I'm saying, but you can't show or you can't comment on my stuff because it would ostracize you from your peanut gallery clique that you run around in. So you watch me on the low, on the down low, you listen and but you can't demonstrate that. You can't show that you like my material and agree. So in essence, you're playing your destined position as I'm playing mine. Which means you're not being true to yourself. And I've said that lines have been drawn. You have myself and other brothers. And I can tell other brothers that want to cross over out of the coonery and minstrel activity, but they can't because they have to play their position that they've been destined to do. They really want to come over, but they're scared. And to you, like old boy said on Brother Where Art Thou, that movie with George Clooney, come on in, boys. The water's fine. Peace.